You can only push a man so far before he stops asking, why me, and starts asking, why not you? After that, the word fair stopped meaning anything. I wasn't always like this. There was a time I believed in building things the right way, slowly, honestly, with people you trusted. I wasn't rich, but I was steady. I worked hard, spoke soft, and believed calm could outlast chaos. It did, for a while. The company began as an idea scratched on a napkin in a cheap cafe in downtown New York. Just me, a laptop that overheated every hour, and the kind of ambition that keeps you awake even when you've got nothing to show for it. Claire came later, the numbers girl, precise where I was reckless, cool where I was fire. We built it together. Or at least that's what I thought. She was good at seeing the world through balance sheets and risk charts. I was good at convincing people their money was safe with us. That balance, her logic, my persuasion, made us dangerous in the best way. Late nights turned into early mornings. We built our empire over takeout boxes and empty coffee cups. When success came, it came fast. Investors called. The press wanted interviews. We weren't rich yet, but we could smell it. We got married quietly. No white dress, no vows, just signatures and certainty. I used to think that was romantic. Now I know it was strategy. I built the company. Every pitch deck, every contact, every client. She managed the numbers, the paperwork, the bank accounts. It made sense to divide it that way. I never thought the same system that kept us efficient would be what destroyed me. The morning it ended started like any other. Coffee, meeting prep, inbox full. Then 2 black SUVs stopped outside the office. Men in suits walked in like they'd rehearsed it. One word came out of their mouths and cracked my life in half. Fraud. They had documents with my signature. Transfers I'd never made. Claire stood there in the doorway, pale but perfect, like a witness instead of a partner. She told them she was shocked. She said she had no idea. Her voice trembled at all the right times. When she cried, even the lead agent softened. I could have pointed at her, told them to check the accounts under her name, the passwords she'd changed. My lawyer whispered, "We can drag her down too." I didn't. Not because I wanted to protect her, because I wanted her to owe me silence. They gave me 4 years. Prison doesn't teach you patience. It teaches you precision. You learn which words buy you peace and which ones buy you bruises. You learn that quiet isn't weakness. It's camouflage. That's where I met Marco. He'd already been inside 10 years. A man who could get you anything, from cigarettes to a phone. And all he asked for in return was trust, or the illusion of it. He ran the inside like a business, favors in, favors out. He told me once, "You've got money. You just don't spend it where they can see." He was right. I had a small account Claire never knew about. I had called it retirement. Turned out it was insurance. Marco saw something in me. Not pity, not friendship. Potential. We'd play chess on a dented metal table. He'd talk about leverage, how influence isn't about power, it's about access. "You don't fight back," he said. "You place pieces, one by one, until the board flips itself." Eva was different, a law student volunteering at the facility. She came twice a week, naive enough to think she could help people change. She once told me, "You can't fix pain by spreading it." I nodded, but pain doesn't spread. It transforms. Months passed. Same meals, same walls, same silence. I stopped feeling human and started feeling mechanical. Then one night, after lights out, a guard slid an envelope under my door. No return address, no stamp. But I knew the handwriting. Small, neat, precise. Like the woman who used to correct my invoices. It was from her. "For someone who built a company, you were pretty stupid," it said. "You trusted too easily. You signed things you didn't read. You let people mean less and act more. I protected what mattered. You protected your ego. I did what had to be done. No apology, no regret, just a verdict. I hope you learn to live smaller," she wrote. "Maybe that's better for you." The paper smelled faintly of her perfume. Sharp, expensive, cold. I folded it and placed it in my pocket. And for the first time in months, I felt something that wasn't numb. Not anger. Focus. The kind of focus that waits. That night, the beast woke up. When I got out, Marco wasn't free yet, but he would be. I made a few calls using the money I'd hidden before my arrest. Favors move faster when money talks. 6 months later, Marco walked out too. He met me in a diner on the Lower East Side, the kind of place where no one asks names. He slid a napkin across the table, 5 names written in pencil. "People who owe me," he said. "You'll need them." Each had a code name. Beacon, a journalist who hated corruption more than she loved ethics. Ledger, a paralegal with access to sealed files. Gate, an IT contractor who could open systems no one was supposed to touch. Switch, a vendor with reach in social feeds. Archive, a bored accountant who kept everything, including dirt. Marco said, "You don't fight people like Claire with fists. You fight them with information." We had time. Claire had always dreamed of a 10-year anniversary gala, cameras, champagne, speeches about legacy. That was still 2 years away. 2 years was enough. The first thing I did was change, from the outside in. In prison, I'd stayed clean-cut. Outside, I grew a beard, a mustache, changed my walk, changed my name. Then I applied for a role at her company, low-level operations consultant, fake identity. They hired me. I got a desk, a login, and access to what mattered most, their chaos. I listened more than I spoke. Claire smiled in meetings, screamed in emails. That kind of duality makes enemies. I started feeding small things to the right hands. An old college blog resurfaced. A cropped message leaked. A mismatched invoice reached a donor. Nothing big, just pressure. Whispers are louder than headlines when you repeat them enough times. I didn't rush. I had 2 years. Ryan was next. Claire's new boyfriend. Clean, calculating, perfect for her image. I made sure the dirt found him. A modified invoice, a misplaced email, a text that made it look like she'd lied to protect him. He didn't explode. He eroded. Day by day, doubt replaced devotion. By the time the press caught the scent of financial irregularities, he was already gone in everything but name. Emma came after, her younger sister. Too good for the world Claire lived in. She idolized her, which made her the perfect mirror to shatter. Ledger made an anonymous call to Emma's internship, hinted she'd used her sister's name to get in. A week later, she was suspended. Then an email went to her scholarship committee. Funding revoked. Online forums picked it up. Nepotism. Fraud runs in the family. Her inbox filled with strangers calling her a liar. She deleted her accounts, stopped going out, stopped answering calls. When she finally ended up in a psychiatric ward, I heard about it from Marco. I told myself it was unfortunate, but necessary. That's the kind of lie you tell when you've already decided not to stop. One night Marco called. "You want it loud?" he asked. "Make it look like the city turned on her." We paid 3 teenagers, cash, no names, to throw stones at Claire's townhouse. They filmed it. The video hit the internet. Fraud Queen gets what's coming. I sent it to Beacon's contacts. 1 million views in a day. The same people who'd once called her inspiring were now calling her a thief. Police reports went nowhere. The internet doesn't do justice. It does judgment. The gala came like clockwork. 10 years since the company's founding. Glass walls, skyline view, money and pretense everywhere. I wore a suit, unshaven, unnoticed. 5 minutes before dessert, the screen behind the stage flickered. The tribute video, edited by Gate, played instead. Clips of Claire rolling her eyes at a client, laughing during a crisis call, making an offhand comment about donors buying validation. Edited just right, it looked deliberate, it looked true. The room froze. Phones lit up. Ryan got a message, proof she'd lied before. He stood up and walked out, didn't look back. By morning, sponsors were gone. By afternoon, the board suspended her. By night, her name trended for all the wrong reasons. She called me the next day. "Why are you doing this?" she asked. "You did this," I said. "I just made sure people saw it." She cried. I listened. Then I hung up. 2 months later, she asked to meet. Same city, same rain, different people. She looked smaller. Her hands shook. "You could have said my name in court," she said. I did my time, I told her. Now you've done yours. You destroyed me. You destroyed me first. She stared at me like she was looking for the man she'd known. He wasn't there anymore. That night I made 2 cups of coffee, one for me, one for the man I used to be. I left the second one untouched. I told myself I'd won, that justice had balance, that she deserved it. None of it felt true. I remembered Emma's voice from years ago. You and Claire are unstoppable. I remembered Marco's laugh, and the letter, folded neatly in my pocket, like a scar that wouldn't fade. I didn't want justice. I wanted her to feel what I felt: fear, shame, isolation. And she did, but it didn't fix anything. Now every morning I still make 2 cups of coffee, one for me, the other cools on the counter, like a grave marker for the man who once believed in fairness.